There's a raid base going up outside. I'm being dead ass. Oh, south west side.
Hey, ready?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Huh?
We good?
Yeah, we're
Yeah, we're fine. There's a raid base, but
There's a raid base.
going up, yeah.
There is now, yeah.
Yeah, let them
That's
go.
Yeah, there's a separate one. There's separate 180. Separate 180.
What the f? Where did that come from?
I thought I
Oh
heard
my
someone.
god.
I heard someone
Oh
jumping
my god,
over.
so many! There's so many.
Yeah, this is unfortunate, dude. This will be fun. I think. Alright guys, before I show you how the Tokyo Fortress held up to this raid, we need to talk for a second. Out of all of you who are kind enough to watch my videos and support the channel, 82% of you aren't subscribed. It would truly mean the world to me if you could go down below and hit that subscribe button. I'm already planning the 100k special with the current meta clan base, and I cannot wait to share that one with you all. And that's it, back to the raid footage.
That guy's so low. I'm ready.
Got 11 added, so...
Okay, they're rocketing.
Doors, bro.
Rocket back. We gotta rocket back.
Yeah.
There you go for. Wow, it's kind of pathetic. Just kind of sus. That's not one. Holy shit! The open core is just open.
It's closed now. For a second.
It's just a dumb way to raid. God, bro. I whiffed so hard. Bro, they still haven't killed me. I was running ammo and I got 2 stacks.
Killed 1. Killed 2. Killed 3.
Wide fuck open.
It's cool, bro. It's all good.
Oh my god, never mind. There's so many another one.
Yep, she got me right here. Oh my god, I love it.
Killed another one.
I'm gonna ladder in east. Alright, Abe's in next huge coming. Push her right there. Most likely gonna die, but you know. There's C4 and
External, I think. No.
All dead.
Nice.
Ceiling
TC?
now, ceiling now.
Good TC or you need me to keep
No,
blowing
I don't have TC. I don't
Chop,
have
chop,
TC.
chop.
All dead.
Nice. Be careful because you have counters coming in.
Grabbers, I'm gonna come in with you.
Oh my god, box of rockets.
Nice. When you seal yourself in there, there's one running.
Dead.
Nice.
Oh my god, somebody dead.
Coming, Abe's. Rocket Abe's.
Sorry, I have everything.
There's ladders, probably break them.
Jump.
Oh!
Dead.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's it. We got full control of the red base.
GG. Hey guys, my name is Siege, and after surviving multiple 100 plus rocket raids in this base, I thought it was time to bring you the Tokyo Fortress. This is by far the best base on my channel, including some features and base design strategies that are inspired by Tokyo himself. Now before we get into the tour, we have to discuss the features on this base because there are many. It has a circle starter, 3 super strong bunkers, the perfect open core with retake angles that simply shouldn't be allowed. It's got retake angles onto every floor of the base from above and below. It's got a meta shooting floor and a roof that is honestly too good for the build cost. It's got a furnace-walled compound with perfect turret angles, an optional upgraded shooting floor for a 6-man group or a trio on a modded server, and of course the base wouldn't be complete without Tokyo's famous gatehouses. This base is the definition of a meta base, built by myself and Erebus, and brought to life in this final version by Pang and Uzzziii, and reviewed by Lackey and Alone in Tokyo himself. I can't wait to show you guys the inside, so let's go ahead and go on a tour. And quick FYI, if you want to use the upgraded optional shooting floor, fast forward to the end of the video using the optional upgrade timestamp below. Alright, here we are outside of the Tokyo Fortress, so let's go ahead and take a tour of the inside. As you can see here, there are 3 of the same Tokyo style gatehouses on each side of the compound. This works out very nice in that it gives you some great angles into the side of the base that could be rated. I'll show you an overhead view of that here. Going inside, and starting at the gatehouses first, you have some great bed spawns as well as some fantastic peaks that we had mentioned earlier. Over here you have your TC. This is roughly what each one is on all 3 sides, and you have a battery spot as well. Okay, coming back this way, we have some nice Patrico peaks down into our base as well as outside of our furnace wall here. And inside our compound, you have turrets on top of the gatehouses here, and optionally you could put turrets here as well. Here's one of our main jump ups into base. As you can see, we have some peaks here as well to look down into your compound. And coming along the side here, this is where our furnace wall starts. You can reach the furnaces with this, which is nice. And inside here, you have some nice Brutalist peaks that look outside of your compound walls if they get blown open. And you have a good Brutalist peak outside of your base. Alright, coming inside now, we have our lockers here. And we have some retake angles onto our first floor. Super nice. Coming up another level, we have some peaks that look down into these little hidden parts of our compound, and same on the other side. And here we have the other entrance that we were just at, some boxes above it. And here we have our bunkers. Now, on the other sides, there are boxes in this spot, as you can see here. However, if you want to remove this foundation, you can toss a refinery in as well. And here are our bunkers. Alright, coming inside to our starter. Starter is complete with a nice little retake back into the first floor. And dropping down, here we have our starter. Plenty of loot space for a 3 to 6 man group. And here's our main TC. Upstairs now. Going up the side of the base. So here we have our retake from above into first floor. And here we have the start of our open core retakes. So this looks into the bottom of open core, and there is 0 chance of you getting shot while using these retakes. And above here we have retakes into the top of our open core, as you can see here. This one as well, almost impossible to get shot out of. And here we have our open core. Plenty of loot space, pretty great turret angles, and these are on some super strong parts of the base, as you saw in the raid footage at the beginning. And here, optionally, you can add a grenade hatch that will retake this part of your starter. Going back upstairs. Here we have retakes into our shooting floor. Some peeks down into our compound here if we want to retake this part of our base. And again, more angles out into compound. Here we have shooting floor. As you can see, it is the same on all 3 sides. Some good angles down into compound and outside of it. And here we have a Brutalist peak that looks directly out. And of course, we have some retakes back onto our roof. Here you have some fantastic angles down into your furnace wall if it gets blown up. And just to note here, these shotgun traps right here are highly effective. If people blow your shooting floor and ladder in, they are truly not looking for these shotgun traps at any point, so they work very well. And in the middle of your shooting floor here, you have more than enough room for a bedroom. Here we have a retake onto the roof, nice little peak there, and you have one as well here, just remember that. On top of the roof here, we have some angles down outside of our compound. Same on this side. You might want to use some furnaces here, something to give you some height. Over here, we have some solid peaks outside of our base that are covered from raid bases, and we have our waterfalls. Back up top here, we have a nice little segment here that Uzzziii and Pang designed. You can peek outside of your base, and you have these fantastic retakes back into the side of your base. These peaks are super solid. We've used them a lot in our raid testing. In the middle here, this part is not included in the video. I honestly encourage people to do whatever you want here, but you can put a bedroom in just like this. And above we have our turrets, and above that we have our turbines. So that is it for the tour of the Tokyo Fortress. Let's go ahead and get into the build. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the starter down for the Tokyo Fortress. So I'm going to place a single triangle foundation, and this is how we're going to secure our build spot at the beginning of wipe while we're trying to farm up the starter. There's 2 walls down, a triangle on top. We're going to place our TC in here. Single door there, and you can simply just toss a door on, and now your build spot is secured for now. Let's go ahead and build the rest of the starter off this. I'm going to place a triangle foundation here, and off that triangle foundation I'm going to go ahead and build a circle. Alright, now off of every second triangle we're going to do the same thing that we did over here with 2 triangles out. Looking at this from above, you should see exactly what you're seeing right now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wall all of this in. And now to find where you're going to put your jump up, here is your TC. Directly over here, I'm going to place my window just like this. And I'm going to place a half wall here with a floor on top. Place a wall frame here, and now I can go ahead and seal in the entirety of the first floor. Alright, let's go ahead and get the jump up finished. We're going to come over here, wall here and here. Half wall on top. Wall frame there. And now we will place a double door. And now you are secure. Now back here, you can put a battery if you'd like. I normally do, or you can put a second loot room. If I have 6 people in my group, this will always be a loot room though. If I'm running as a trio, I'll put a battery back here. And by doing that, with this floor triangle, you get some pretty great retake peaks for if someone is jumping down into the starter from above. However, if we have 6 people, we will simply set up a loot room back here. And same thing over here. Okay, right here in front of TC, we're gonna go ahead and drop our furnaces. You can go ahead and toss another door on this if you want. You should still be able to access your TC. Over here, we're going to go ahead and place our tier 1 workbench. And after that, you can go ahead and fill up the loot rooms, and your starter will be good to go. There is bag space enough for 6 bags down here, so plenty of space. Coming up top here. Alright, so up top and looking back at the jump up here, we're going to place 2 half walls right here, triangle floor here and here. We can delete this half wall now and put a low wall in, and a window here. This will be a nice little retake point for once your base is built up more. Do a single door here and more walls here. And we'll sail this in. Alright, feel free to line this with furnaces if you'd like. It is definitely a good option for this. Coming outside here, right off of the front, we're going to place a stone foundation. You can leave this stone. However, this next part must be twig because you will break it. Feel free to place a twig roof here. Just make sure that it stays twig because you must break it later. That is it for the starter of the Tokyo Fortress. Let's go ahead and move on to stage 2. Alright, for stage 2, we're going to go ahead and get your external TCs down and secure our build location. We want to do this early so that no one can raid us out of our base spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place a twig triangle foundation there. You can leave this up for now. And I'm going to place 2 more going out. Now we're going to go ahead and set up our multi-TC, and this involves wall stacking. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out with 4 squares. A triangle on the end. I'm going to delete these going back. And you can delete these 2 as well. Coming back here. We're gonna go back with 2 half moons. And now you're gonna wanna go start all the way at the end and delete these coming back to the base. We're gonna go out with 3 more squares. The triangle on the end. Delete those squares going back. And now we're going to bring triangles back to the base until we can't go any further. Just like that. And one last time we will delete all of these. Okay, off of this we're going to place a square. This will serve as the jump up to your base. So off of these sides here, we can simply place these triangles just like so. And you're going to want to go ahead and place this foundation down and upgrade it just so you don't forget about it. All right, once you have everything looking just like this, we're going to go ahead and set up our actual external now. So we're going to go out with 2 squares here. And to help you remember, go ahead and place triangle foundations here and here, as this will be your airlock. We'll place a wall frame here and here, and a floor frame there. Once again, this will help you remember where everything goes while you're building. Off of this airlock, I'm going to go out with 4 squares. On the end of that, I'm going to place a triangle and another triangle to the left, and this is where your external TC is going to be, so go ahead and put it inside of a single doored triangle. Your build spot is secure for now. You can go ahead and upgrade this to stone if you want, because these will be your external gatehouses later on. And with the first one done, I will go to the other sides of the base and do the exact same thing on all 3 of the sides. Okay, and from above, your base should look exactly like this. Now I do want to mention, on the starter unit here, I forgot to mention that this door should have a roof on top of it, so feel free to place a floor here and seal it in. We'll not need this later. All right, so now that these TCs are down, I want to go ahead and mention something. These triangles right here will decay if you do not secure them. So if you don't have the mats to upgrade everything just yet, go ahead and toss a twig foundation here on all 3 sides. Now, just a reminder, you will need to remove this foundation before you upgrade everything, but for now, this will keep this triangle from decaying. Just a heads up. Okay, coming to the other sides of the base here. So there are 3 sides that are currently missing right now, so we're gonna go ahead and fix that. Off of this corner here, facing the base, I'm gonna place a wall here, upgrade it, a floor on top, and upgrade that. Do a half wall, and I'm gonna do a window. And feel free to have those facing out. And I'm using Brutalist here. You can do whatever you want. Okay, out here, we're gonna go out with 3 foundations, just like that. And I'm gonna go out with a square and a circle of triangles. On this last one here, go ahead and have it raised, and feel free to upgrade this if you'd like. And once again, we're gonna do the exact same thing on all 3 sides of our base. And now if you're looking at your base from above or from the side, using this demo footage as a reference, it should look exactly like this. And for now, your priorities for stage 2 are to simply upgrade these sides of the base just to ensure that people cannot grief you on these sides. And I'm going to do this on all 3 sides of the base. Alright, if you've made it this far, then your build location is very secure now. So let's go ahead and move on to stage 3. Alright, so with your base looking like this, let's go ahead and move on to stage 3, where we will build all the jump ups into the base as well as the first floor. And just a heads up, we're going to go ahead and use symmetry going forward. So find the center of your base. If you are on Rusticated, hit set center and move this to rotation 3. This will work on 3 sides of the base at the same time. And we'll go ahead and turn symmetry on. If you are on Sanctuary, this will look very similar. Just enable symmetry and it will find it for you. Starting on these sides here with the stone, we go ahead and build a wall here and here. Wall frame there, floor triangle here, and we're going to leave this open for now because the locker will be in there in the future. Wall frame right there, and 2 triangles just like that. As you can see, symmetry has built the other sides for me. Coming up top here, we're going to place a window here, and a wall here. Floor triangle here, window here, full wall here, floor on top. place a wall frame right here and a wall frame above it. And you can go ahead and add a double door on the top one facing out. Add a double door frame here and 2 floors just like that. All right, and you're gonna wanna, of course, add a double door here as well. These sides of your base are now good to go. So you should have farmed up enough mats now to go ahead and upgrade your externals. This is a very important part of the process and will keep you from getting griefed if you get raided. So let's go ahead and upgrade this going back. I'm going to stop you right now. Before any mistakes are made here, do not upgrade this foundation. We're going to break that instead. So back to it. And now we are here. Go ahead and break this foundation however you see fit. All right, back here, we're gonna go ahead and upgrade this. And once again, we left this twig for a reason. Let's go ahead and destroy that roof. All right, over here, we're gonna place 3 walls facing out. 1 wall here. We're gonna place a half wall here. 4 triangles inside. And we're gonna delete this half wall. Wall frame here. And we will seal this in the floor triangles. Okay, right here, we're gonna go ahead and place another wall facing out. This will be your bunker. We can place the floor triangle here. Do not make this stone. Just for reference, this should always be twig. Do not ever upgrade this. Now from below, go ahead and place the floor triangle just like that. You can upgrade it. It should be attached to the inside of the base here, not the external. You know this works when this bunker stays open and the wall goes back and you demolish it. Okay, over here, we're gonna go ahead and create a little loot room. Don't worry, we're getting rid of this half wall. And we can put the last floor there. Coming up top here, we can break that roof and add floor triangles here and here. Now you might be asking, how do I open my bunker again? Simply grab a roof triangle and place it here. And I want to make a point here. If you're going to place a box down on this lower triangle, you must leave enough room for this roof piece to be placed. And then you can fill up your bunker with boxes as you see fit. Let's go ahead and delete this. Coming down here, we're now going to go ahead and create our jump up into base. I'm going to do half walls on each side. Windows on top. Coming outside here, I'm going to go ahead and start upgrading directly to stone again. I create a L-shaped stairs there with a door facing out. Up here, we're going to place a full wall, half wall on each side, and a floor here and here. Now you can use this to put boxes in, or feel free to place a shotgun trap up there as well. We'll place a regular single door frame there. Off to the left and right hand sides here, we're going to place a wall. Mind you, this wall might be tricky to place because of this triangle frame, so simply, if you cannot get it to place, look down, and it will allow you to place it. Same thing on this side. Let's go ahead and place a half wall here. We will break this, so do not upgrade it. Floor triangle there, break the half wall, and we're going to put a low wall here. This has to be a low wall or the floor above will not work, so just remember that. Floor triangle there, there, and there, and then we will place a window here. Whenever you get it, you can put a horizontal embrasure here. This adds some nice retakes back into the base. Okay, we'll add our double door frame here. Same thing I just mentioned. You might need to look down for it to place on the outside there. And add your double door. Now your second floor is pretty secure. Not exactly secure yet though. Let's go ahead and seal this in. So we're going to go ahead and place triangles off of the center of the base here, and then we will extend them out. Just like that on every side. Coming outside here, you will notice that off these jump up sides of your base, there are some empty triangles here. So let's go ahead and fix that. What we're going to do is place a full wall, half wall on top, triangle on top of that. Then we will seal that in another full wall with a half wall. This is going to be the same on all 6 sides of your base. Same here. Full wall, half wall on top, triangle on top of that. And there we go. Now we can go ahead and go up to the roof using our jump ups here. And right here, we're gonna go ahead and put down a floor triangle. This must be off this side of the base. Half walls here and here. And over here, since this is on the jump up side, we're gonna place a floor frame just like this. And half walls just like that with a triangle on top. Now when you come back down inside the base, you will see that we get these nice peaks down into your compound. Alright, so your base is now pretty damn secure. So this is the end of stage 3. Let's go ahead and move on to building compound in stage 4. Alright, here we are again. We're going to go ahead and get compound up. So let's start on the gatehouse sides of the base. This is right in front of your jump up here. Let's go ahead and get these down. Let's place a door frame here. Couldn't put a door in there. Walls on each side of it with half walls on top. And let's place floors on top of that. Okay, facing the inside of your base, we're going to do a square here, with triangle foundations on the ends of that. We're going to go ahead and do this now, just so it's a little easier later. We're going to place a half wall here and here, floor on top of that. And coming over here, we're going to place another half wall. You're going to want to add low walls here and here, just like that. And if you have the mats, go ahead and build the wall frames. It's not exactly necessary just yet. I'm going to do the same thing over here. All right, inside here, we're going to place our windows. And we will seal this in. And now that you have this, place another door there if you want. It's not exactly necessary just yet. And then we can put our horizontal embrasures here. These will give us some great peaks back into our base. And one other thing, feel free to toss a triangle on top here. It essentially adds a layer of seawall, and then you can put shotgun traps in here to help deter raids. Coming over here to these sides of the base, these are super simple. All we're going to do is place windows here and here, half walls here, windows on top. Seal this in. And now you're going to want to try and add your embrasures just like this if you have them. If you don't have them yet, it's fine. You can add them from the outside of the base. Now we're going to go ahead and put a roof triangle here, and to get our Brutalist peak, we will upgrade this to Brutalist. If you don't have Brutalist peak, it's fine. Feel free to either remove these or add vertical embrasures, and it works just as well. Okay, coming over here, we're going to add a triangle foundation here, and walls just like this. And I forgot to add the triangle right here, so just remember to put that one in. Okay, so with all that done, let's go ahead and place compound. The best part about this base is that you can place compound well before you have your furnaces, and I will show you that by placing compound first. You still get a furnace wall out of it, so don't worry. What I'm going to do is take my wall, and the goal here is to essentially line up your wall with the inside of this breach peak here. Just like that. You're going to place it right off the corner. It should be just about parallel with that side. You'll simply run over here, take your remaining wall, and connect it to the side of the gatehouse. And what you will see is just about perfect fitment on each side. Let's go ahead and repeat on this side, same thing. And keep it parallel with that breach peak there, and you could tell by kind of lining it up through the side of it and pulling it back out. And now we will go ahead and place the other wall. And that is all it takes to get your compound set up. With that done, let's go ahead and place our metal barricades. So, from compound, you might notice it's hard to get up on these. Feel free to place a regular foundation here, and that will help you jump up top. From there, you can jump up on this frame and get up here. I'm going to switch into twig. We're going to go ahead and place twig here, here, and here. And all we're going to do is place a barricade just like this, and a barricade just like this. And we can break these now. Coming over to the other side, jump up here, and you might need to place a triangle off the back of this here. This is super easy though. Just push this barricade up to the front as far as it will let you. Alright, now to place our furnaces, what we will do is we are going to start in these corners here. So off of the breach peak side of the base, we're going to use these 2 corners. So I'm going to pin myself up in the corner here, and all I'm going to do is inch myself a little bit to the right and a little bit forward, and that will allow me to place my furnace. And what you will see is it creates a great furnace wall here. If you want to make an even better furnace wall, feel free to toss down a low wall right here. Now let's go ahead and do that on the other side. Just like that. And last but not least, to finish up your compound here, we're going to place door frames here and here. And you want to put double doors facing out. This will create a funnel on this side of the base, making it harder for raiders to get into. Last but not least, let's go ahead and get some electricity set up. So off of the roof here, we're just going to go ahead and place 3 solar panels. Try and pull it in from the side so you don't have issues placing anything later on. So we will be adding wall frames on top of this. And to check, you should still be able to place your wall frames just like this and a wall here. Now what we're going to do, we're going to use 2 splitters here. And if you'd like, you can put these inside your base. I normally just leave them right next to these solar panels. I'll go ahead and run wiring to each of these. So this one has 2 inputs now, so I'm going to take the output and connect it to the other root combiner, and then we'll take this here and connect it there. Now going down inside your core, there are many places to place your battery. If you didn't place this loot room and instead opted for the battery option, you can place it there. I generally just toss it against this wall here. And you can turn the battery sideways just to make it a little bit easier. So with the battery placed, I'm going to go ahead and run this wire down into the main part of the base. Now I have 3 turrets I want to set up right now just to make the inside of my base secure. So if you want to have them on a switch, feel free to place one. And go ahead and put 3 E branches next to it. Now all you need to do is run the power output to the switch, and that into the E branches will take the power out and run it to the power in of the next. Switch all these to 10. And inside your first floor here, what you want to do is find this corner here where the bunker and the window is and place a turret here. You could do this on all 3 sides. What you can see is this turret now watches all of the doors, and there are 2 turrets looking at each set of doors, which is very nice for early game raid protection. Now to get those turrets working, you will simply run the branch out into each one of your turrets. And now, with all the turrets wired up, we can go ahead and turn on our switch. And what you will see is that all 3 turrets are now working. This is a solid setup because the solar panels will take in 60 power during the day and the turrets only use 30, so there's normally enough to keep them running overnight. With all this done, and your base super secure now, let's go ahead and move on to stage 5 of the build. Alright, so with stage 4 complete, let's go ahead and move on to stage 5. I'm going to go ahead and go back into my menu here, and I'm going to turn 3-sided symmetry back on. All this means is that when I place down a floor piece or any piece on this side of the base, it will do it on the other 3 sides of the base. That's all that it means. So you will do the exact same thing on all 3 sides. So I'm going to place a wall frame here, a wall frame here. If you want to do this early, you can go ahead and add another one up if you'd like as well. These are critical later in the build, and they are annoying if you don't get them up early. And let's go ahead and add frames here as well. It's better to have these built up far right now so you don't forget. Coming over here to the jump ups, what we're going to do is we're going to add walls here and here. And now this is facing the open core of your base, so we're going to add a window here. We're going to add a wall facing towards me here, and another one facing towards me here. We're going to add a half wall here, a floor on top. If you have it, this is a great time to toss on a horizontal embrasure, and we will add another window here with a horizontal embrasure. We'll see what these peaks are for in a bit. With floor triangles on top now, we can go ahead and remove this door. At this stage in the build, you should be using garage doors by now, so let's go ahead and upgrade to those. Now starting here, looking at the window, we're going to add another window here with a horizontal embrasure facing out. And we can place our floor triangle there just like that. Another floor triangle right here. And a window there. Another horizontal embrasure facing out. Alright, now we can go ahead and add walls just like this. And last but not least, one wall here facing in and another there facing in. We can add our door frame here. If you'd like, we can go ahead and build a jump up on this side. So floor triangle here. You can place a floor triangle there as well. Wall frame here. Window facing in. Now what you're going to want to do is just add floors throughout all of this here. On this side here, we're going to add a regular wall. Same over here and a doorway there. Don't worry about this one just yet. Floor triangle here and wall frame there. And we can go ahead and add our garage door to seal off that jump up, just in case we need it for a raid defense. Alright, so let's go ahead and build our loot rooms now, facing the frames that we put up earlier. Let's go ahead and place walls here. Let's go ahead and seal this in. And let's place our honeycomb in here. Now we will place walls here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to leave this open. We're going to place half walls throughout the center of your base, just like this, and floors on top. And just for reference, you can take a box and stuff it here. It's a nice little hidden spot. People don't really look for these much. Alright, we're going to place a floor triangle here. You're going to break this one, so don't upgrade it. I'm going to delete that triangle now. And we will seal this part in. Now this is just a heads up, only the lower parts of these loot rooms have the honeycomb, so put your important loot in the bottom part of these loot rooms. On the top here, it is simply 2 walls that go up. Now here, what we're going to do is add a wall frame there and place floors off of that. And now you'll want to use your jump up over there to come up top. We're going to place half walls here and floor triangles just like this. And now we can go ahead and seal in your main loot. And coming back down here, we can add our doors, and you'll want to go ahead and fill up your loot rooms here with your boxes. Alright, with our loot rooms filled up, you can go ahead and add garage doors here. And if you have them, and if you have the power supply, you can add your open core turrets just like that. Alright, that is it for stage 5 of the build. Let's go ahead and move on to stage 6, where we will build our shooting floor. Alright, here we are on the top of our base. Let's go ahead and build our shooting floor. So, off of this side of the base, let's go ahead and add wall frames here, and you can walk around this wall frame to add the others. And while you're here, go ahead and add another set of wall frames on these going up, just so you can stay up to date and you won't have to go place them later. Now let's add a floor here and another floor here. As you will see, this does overlap a bit on the main part of the base. Don't worry though, it won't block anything. Off of these over here, we're going to place a full wall here, full wall here. We're going to build our brutalist peak here, so half wall with a window on top. We're going to add half walls here and here. And now go ahead and attach a floor frame here. You're going to want to upgrade this to metal. And let's go ahead and do this now. Through these sides here, go ahead and place a triangle floor frame just like that. And we can upgrade these as well. You can place these straight through the wall, so don't worry. With that done, let's go ahead and add our horizontal embrasure here. And let's place our roof piece down and upgrade it to brutalist. Once again, if you don't have the brutalist skin, feel free to make this a vertical embrasure. It works just the same. This one just has a really close peak on it. On top of this, add a floor, and in there add a low wall so you get your peaks back onto your roof. All right, over here, let's go ahead and add a window here and a window here. And off of these, we're going to go ahead and place triangle floor frames through here. Low wall on top of that with a half wall on the other side, and do the same thing over here. This is what your shooting floor should look like now. These peaks down into compound are fantastic, but we're missing one thing. Let's come over here to this door. Let's add a triangle floor frame, and let's add roof triangles off of each side. Obviously, this is a little bulky, so feel free to upgrade this to Brutalist or Shipping Container if you have it. I'll put a single door in there. And with all this done, you might be asking, how do you actually use these peaks? So what we're going to go ahead and do for these peaks is we're going to upgrade them to sheet metal or Brutalist, whatever you have. We're going to add a horizontal embrasure facing in. And now you're really asking, how do we use these peaks? So you can either use two things. You can use siren lights and place them just like this. This gets you a nice peak down. Or you can use a shotgun trap. Just like that. Now feel free to use either one with whatever you have. Siren lights are a little bit cheaper though. Coming back into the center of your base here, I am now going to go ahead and turn symmetry off. So facing each of the Brutalist peaks on your shooting floor, we're going to add a wall here, half walls here, and floors like this. Then we will delete this half wall and place a low wall here. Last, we will seal that in with a window. Go ahead and do this on all three sides of your shooting floor. Alright, with that done, now you can pick any of these three sides to be your entryway. I wouldn't worry about it, I just pick it on any of the random sides and put the rest in with walls. And while we're here, let's go ahead and get this bedroom set up. So I'm going to find one spot here. I'm going to place beds just like this. Get an easy 4 beds in here. You can probably get more. And I'm going to put wooden barrels just like this. You can also use small boxes if you don't have the wooden barrel skin. I'm going to add horizontal embrasures facing in. This is a great way to kill people on your shooting floor. And I'm going to go ahead and door this in. Last but not least, if you really want some extra protection on your shooting floor, you can add shotgun traps in these 3 corners. These really catch people off guard, especially when we were doing raid testing. People would never expect shotgun traps to be in these spots, and we had a lot of easy raid defenses like this. Alright, so let's go ahead and seal in this floor here. So coming up top, I'm going to turn symmetry back on, just so it is the same on these 3 sides of the base. I'm going to place a window facing in. I'm going to go ahead and add a door frame here. Use whatever door you want on this. And now I'm going to place 4 triangles just like this. Off of this side here, I'm going to place a window with a floor triangle on top. And here, you're going to place a half wall, not a full wall. And I'm going to place a doorway there and a window here. Go ahead and add a double door frame there and seal it in. For now, let's go ahead and add a single door here until you can get vending machines up. On this side, I'm going to have the embrasure facing in, and on this side, I'm going to have the embrasure facing out. Okay, coming back inside here, I'm going to go ahead and seal off the roof. And on these sides here with the Brutalist peaks, you're going to want to attach it to the actual multi-TC part of the base. Alright, with this done, we can add a door here, and now your shooting floor is complete. Alright, now we are back on the roof of the base. Let's go ahead and ensure that our symmetry is on. So we are building 3 sides at the same time. Let's go ahead and get these done over here because there isn't much left to do. We're just going to add a roof here. You can go and upgrade that, and the rest are a bit of a pain. So from the inside, you could simply place those roofs from below, just like that. Okay, coming over here, we're going to place a doorway here, doorway here. We'll place triangle frames on top of that to give you some nice peaks outside of your base. We'll place a full wall here, and roof triangles just like this. Probably going to want to upgrade these to Brutalist or Shipping Container, or if not, just metal is fine as well. These will serve as your waterfalls later on. Coming up top here, I'm going to place windows here and here. Same thing on the other side, and a window here. Let's go ahead and place wall frames. We can go up another layer of wall frames as well. And now we'll place a ramp here. And triangle floor frames just like this. Now we can add our embrasures facing out. And just so you aren't getting hit in the head the second you get up here, go ahead and add low walls. And on this spot here, feel free to add a regular vertical embrasure. Off of these sides here, we'll add roofs facing out. This can be a little bit tricky to place sometimes. And now let's go ahead and build the actual towers here so you can get your turbines and turrets down. So I'm going to place a triangle floor here, and I'm going to jump up. It's going to be a little tricky with this roof piece in the way here, and I'm doing this all in twig. You're going to break this the second you're done with it. Half wall here, just so you can jump up top. Off the back here, I'm going to place a floor triangle, and now I'm going to add half walls all the way around. Go ahead and upgrade all these. And on the top of the base, we'll add floors here and here. And now we can place our wind turbines. And now you might be asking, where are we connecting our batteries? That is what our gatehouses are for. So obviously this will require a root combiner or a E-branch, however you want to do it. My recommendation is to go to the bottom of your base and put the root combiner right about here. And this will allow you to run the wire from the top of your base all the way to the bottom. Just like that. So now that you have this set, let's go ahead and finish our Alone in Tokyo style gatehouses outside. Once again, we are building the same thing on all three sides of the base. I have symmetry enabled. Let's add doors here and here. And I'm going to go ahead and switch to stone for my automatic upgrading. Roof on top. We're going to add windows here. Walls here. And off these back spots here, we're going to build some patricos to have some great angles into the sides of the compound that people might breach. In this back right corner here, we're going to place a triangle foundation. Walls just like this. And here is where we're going to put our battery. So you might notice that this battery is very far away from base, and that is for a good reason. When people start raiding, they likely will not raid your gatehouses, so just keep your batteries out here. That way your turrets will work no matter what. Go ahead and add a window there. And now let's build our patricos. So we're going to add a wall here, 2 half walls here, floor on top, floor right there, and we're going to delete this lower one and add a lowered wall. Now we can add our window just like that, and do the same thing on this side. Alright, with these complete, you can add your storage barrels in here. And now we will get our horizontal embrasures facing in. Let's go ahead and seal in all of our gatehouses here. And in these spots, I would absolutely recommend adding windows as opposed to embrasures. And then we will go ahead and add our doors here. Would absolutely recommend adding a double door here and another double door here. Now let's go ahead and set our beds up. I'm going to add one against the door here and the others just like this. So now you might be wondering how we're going to access these patricos. This is something that I saw in Alone in Tokyo's videos and I really liked it. So what we're going to do is use solar panels. We're going to line it right about up with the center of the foundation and just do one on each side. This makes it so you can go low on the peak or you can go a little bit higher if someone's closer to the base. Super nice. So now let's go ahead and wire this battery up. So coming back inside compound, I'm going to take our combined power out here. We'll run it along at the gatehouse here. Now we're just going to run all the way to the end and plug this into our battery. Now with this power, you can either choose to set turrets up off of this external itself, or you can run your power back into the main base. I will leave that up to your electrician. Feel free to do it however you would like. And last but not least, we need to do some upgrading. So at this stage in the build, you can essentially upgrade the entire base. Alright, and now with your base almost entirely metal, we can go ahead and finish up our waterfalls. So up here where we have the waterfall side to the base, you will notice that there is a free spot here where we can put a triangle roof in. Upgrade it if you'd like, but now all you have to do to use these is drop in and run against the side of the base, and you won't take any fall damage when you land down here. You can simply jump off into these secure parts of your base. So that is it for this stage. In the next, I will go over turret placement, as well as some additional upgrades that you could do. Alright, so for stage 8, we are simply going to finish placing turrets. So here in these corners, we definitely want turrets here. This is where our waterfalls run to, and we want to be able to have a safe spot to run to if we're getting raided. So definitely put turrets down in these little areas here, as they cover a large portion of your base. Additionally, you want turrets on top of the gatehouses. And you might notice that you are now over the turret limit. So with those 6 turrets in compound, 3 in open core, and 3 on roof, you can pick these turrets up as they are no longer necessary. And now, if you have skipped ahead from the beginning of the video, or you are interested in adding the additional tower on the Tokyo Fortress, I'll go ahead and show you how to do it now. So you're looking at the finished part of the base. So what we need to do here is simply delete these 2 areas there, and we can get rid of these roofs as well. So again, I told you at the beginning of the video, you would have to look at this beforehand. You cannot modify this mid-wipe. So what we're going to do now to simply build these towers is wall frame all the way up. And stop right here once you hit this part of shooting floor. Come back down low. Add half walls here and here, and you're going to run these wall frames up. Off of this part here, go ahead and add half walls just like this. Absolutely want to add some storage barrels here. Go ahead and leave this one closed. You're not going to want people looking in that. And now we can place our beds just like this. Here we will place embrasures facing in, and if you still don't like these angles, you'd have to remove the embrasures, but you can also place a ramp just like this. And after upgrading the ramp to metal, you can now place beds just like this. And now we can face our horizontal embrasures in, and you'll see that we have much better peaks down into our compound. Go ahead and close this in. Let's go up a level. And here we're going to go ahead and create some half walls just like this, windows on top, floor on top of that, and you can add a low wall here. And on this, we're going to go ahead and add some embrasures facing in here and out there. This will be another brutalist peak. Roof right here, upgraded to brutalist. And now coming up to your roof. On these sides here, we're going to add roof triangles just like this. Go ahead and upgrade these to metal. And on top here, we'll add a spot for another turret. You can close this in. I'll place my turret in here. And if you feel that you need additional power, go ahead and add turbines on top of this as well. And if you really want that turret to be more secure, feel free to add an additional floor. I've seen people do it with ramps before. I know this is a bit ugly, not too functional, but it definitely covers that turret a bit better. Coming out to the sides here, we're going to add a floor frame here and a low wall here. We get some nice little peaks in these corners. Same thing on the other side. Perfect. So this is the optional part of the base that you do not need to do. These are off the main tee, so they significantly raise the raid cost. I probably wouldn't do this unless you are a 6-man using this base. However, you do get a lot more peaks out of these brutalist peaks here, so it does add to the function of the base quite a bit. With everything complete, that is the finalized build for the Tokyo Fortress. And that is it for the Tokyo Fortress. I hope you guys enjoyed this base as much as I do, and if you use this in a wipe, please let me know how it goes in the comments below. I'll see y'all in 3 weeks for the next one. Peace.